introduce the players. So starting with the team from Chile, number 1 will be Juan Jamarillo. Number 2 for the Chile team will be Ignacio Vial. And at number 3, the danger man for the Hong Kong team will be Matthias Vial. Very, very good. Now, for all you viewers from Hong Kong, at number 1, Guillermo Torreira, the highest rated player in this tournament, 8 goals. Number 2, Facundo Llorente, 4 goals. And at the back, Mr. John Fisher. Part of the winning team here last year with Guillermo Torreira, the host nation and the champions from 2013, and it will be Chile versus Hong Kong, China. In the second game here today, of the second game on the third day's play, we're in the second round of the preliminary games. As the marching band leaves the field, the players warm up the ponies. And we have the umpires just lining up. Chris Bethel, manager of the Cowdrey Park Polo Club in England for the last 12 years, one of the world's most requested umpires. He's out there. That's Chris Bethel there on your screen. And Steve Evans from South Africa is the second umpire, with the third man will be JJ Diaz-Alberti. He's our referee. JJ, for all you polo fans, you'll know that he is the one of the umpires at the Argentine Open, and he also does the Gold Cup and the Queen's Cup in England. Travels the world, professional umpire. But the ball's been thrown in now. First one out of the line out is Chile. They take it forward now. And it's that man, Matthias Vial, taking the ball forward now for Chile. Vial, number 3, comes around, being hard ridden there by Perez. Llorente, I should say. Now, back shot by Chile, straight across the number 1, Juan Jamarillo. Leaves it now. Number 1 for Hong Kong, China, the 8-goaler. Torreira keeps the ball in, takes it around himself, then gets hooked out of it now. Ball's been left for John Fisher, the number 3 on the grey horse. Takes it around. Fisher for Hong Kong now, looking to unload it up to his number 1, but he doesn't quite get it. Here he is, Matthias Vial now for Chile. Chile, will he bring it through? Matthias Vial goes one side, then can't play his shot, appeals for the foul, and the whistle does go. Very sneaky little play there by Matthias Vial for Chile. He could have gone around the player, but he went on the inside and then put his stick up. You'll see it here. So he goes there, could have gone, but then he goes, no, I can't hit that ball. This guy's in the way. And the umpires agree and blow the whistle. So Guillermo Torreira backs it, but it was all too late. And it gives Chile the first opportunity to put points on the board with 1 minute of the first Chukka nearly completed. So Matthias Vial had an absolute blinder the other day. Opens the shoulders and puts it through. So it's 1 goal. That's what Chile needed. They're going to have to bring their A game today. The defending champions, Hong Kong, China, now on the back foot, but they have the ball, and that's where it'll have to start. So Guillermo Torreira for Hong Kong. Lovely little shot, but it got played out of it. Now, first onto the line, Vial appeals for the foul. Didn't actually get ridden off there. Had a legitimate claim, but the whistle has now gone for Hong Kong, China. So, a little bit unlucky there, the Chileans. I thought that Vial was probably the first onto that line, and John Fisher probably had to take the man, but he didn't. And we'll go now to the 30-yard line for Hong Kong to see if they can even the score. 4 minutes 37 left on the clock. And it will be Torreira. Guillermo Torreira on a horse called Zena. No, he just set it up for John Fisher. John Fisher will take this on a horse called Yap. Hits it cleanly, looks pretty good. Umpire's nodding the head, so it's now, we've got ourselves a ball game. 1 goal apiece, and it'll be Chile deep in their own half, but with the ball and on the attack. So Matthias Vial, as Fisher looks over his shoulder running now, he decides to go left, then he goes right. Now he'll try and get back inside. Llorente does so. Llorente just puts a little bit of a stopper on him there. Llorente, the number 2 for Hong Kong. Now Vial gets an unlucky bounce, but he goes to Llorente, takes him, now claims the line, doesn't get it. Fisher plays the ball towards the boards, comes out with Chile in favour of Chile. Vial appeals for the foul, doesn't quite get it. He's in everything here now. Llorente goes for a near side back shot through the legs of the ponies, and it goes forward now for Chile. Is that Ignacio Vial played forward? Now Matthias Vial gets a very good bounce, but doesn't quite nail it. Now, big ride off there behind the saddle for the number 2, Ignacio Vial for Hong Kong, I should say. Guillermo Torreira it was that was hit behind the saddle. Whistle has gone. See the slow-mo here. I see. So what they're saying there is that the Chilean player was fouled because the Hong Kong player, Guillermo Torreira, pushed him across onto another Chilean player. So it was what we call in the game a sandwich. And as such, it'll be Matthias Vial to just walk up and put this one through the goal. Undefended, it's only 20 yards out. Hits it pretty cleanly, and it's 2-1. So Chile making a game of it here in these chilly conditions, for want of a better word. But it's now Hong Kong through Guillermo Torreira on the back line, bringing the ball in. And they, as I said in the previous game, it's all about field possession. And at the moment, Hong Kong are deep in the wrong half. They need to get it up there. The number 1, Juan Jamijo, just played that ball forward, but now the number 2, Facundo Llorente for Hong Kong, appeals for a foul, but it gets back down. Who's got onto it? First one back there is Guillermo Torreira for Hong Kong. Guillermo, the 8-goaler now, taking the ball forward, runs, he's got the decoy runner. Going to have to be a lovely back shot. Can't quite get there. Chile keep it though. Matthias Vial backs it out to the boards. Who's first there? It's that man, the number 3 for Hong Kong, John Fisher. Big back shot. The number 2 now, Ignacio Vial for Chile, backing it to his cousin, Matthias Vial. Now he's trying to get, again, we talked about field position. He knew he had to get that out over the back, but it looks like it's come off the leg of a pony and it's gone back now to Juan Jamijo. Juan Jamijo, or English-speaking countries will call him Jamarillo, but it's pronounced Jamarijo. And lovely little neck shot now by Llorente. Thomas Facundo Llorente leaves it for Fisher now for Hong Kong. They're just trying to get it into that strike zone, and that's a great approach shot now by Hong Kong through John Fisher. Fisher tries to get the back shot, but he was ridden out of it now. And now it's Matthias Vial with a lovely little neck shot up the boards, and it's gone out over the boards. So, Tommy Llorente, Facundo Llorente, I should say. Players and grooms watching intently as umpire Chris Bethel will throw this ball in. I think a couple of the players may want to switch ponies here. Minute 39 left on the clock. And looks like Facundo Llorente's pony, a little Australian-bred mare called Elm, has had enough. And he is switching ponies to his spare, which will be a little horse called Jimmy. John Fisher on screen, playing his third year now for Hong Kong, China. Has a lot to do with the Metropolitan Polo Club here in Tianjin. And here comes Facundo Llorente back onto the field. And Ignacio Vial as well, using the opportunity there to change pony. So we'll have a throw in here. And who's going to come up with it now? Matthias Vial comes out of the line out, and he is in the clear. Matthias Vial now, there's only daylight between him and the goalpost. Will he get enough on it? Oh, he's put a little bit too much on it now, and he's shanked it out to the left, but it stays in the field of play. Who's going to get back to that first? It'll be the number 1, Guillermo Torreira now. But it looks like it went out over the back line. So it'll be a hit in for Hong Kong, China. Man on screen had an absolutely brilliant game in the first round. Matthias Vial. There's now Guillermo Torreira, the 8-goaler for Hong Kong, China. Part of the winning team last year. Just dribbling up, trying to get field possession. And he's over the halfway now, so they're getting close to being inside the strike zone. And it's Facundo not able to do much with it, but John Fisher does have a lovely little neck shot, comes off the leg of a pony, and Chile capitalised now. It's Chile, the number 3 for Chile, number 2, I should say, coming through, Ignacio Vial. And here he is, Matthias Vial now. He tried to appeal. Look, he's in the strike zone, and this is what we're saying. Now he can't play his shot. Appeals for the foul, and the whistle goes. So we could see that one coming a mile off, and it was the Hong Kong player just had to leave that one alone and right away because he had no rights to be there. Matthias Vial had created that line. He'd been inhibited a little bit, and you can see here. So the number 1 leaves it. Now the number 2 here, Matthias Vial's created that line, and that red player there, Facundo Llorente, just had to leave that ball alone. I know he didn't want to, and there's the Mexican team analysing the play. Carlos Gracida, Julio Gracida. So there's 30 seconds left, and it'll be Hong Kong now with all the work to do as Chile put that one through, and it's now 3-1 in favour of Chile. The underdogs taking on the defending champions, and they're in front with 12 seconds left. Number 1, Guillermo Torreira gets a very popping pony and couldn't quite do much with the ball. Chile backing towards the goal. Big write-off required. Now Torreira just backs it to the board, plays for time, and runs the clock down. So it's now, we're going to go to the break with Chile with the wind in their sails, 3-1 in front of the host nation, Hong Kong, China, and defending champions with 2 more chukkers left to play. We'll go to the break and see what happens when we get back to you shortly.